Welcome back, everybody, to the Oakland A's franchise in Season 6. The season is still young, and we are getting into the 5th game of the season to start today's episode as we take on the Cleveland Guardians. I've wanted to highlight Gunnar Hoagland, the 28-year-old starting pitcher who was named our 5th starter after winning the spring training battle against Cole Phillips. We have seen Gunnar pitch around 300 innings throughout the franchise, but hasn't really been able to put everything together the way he needs to at the big league level. He gets underway against Royce Lewis, gets ahead 0-2, and strikes him out on the changeup low. In his career, Gunnar has been around a 4.3 ERA pitcher with a 6.6 K per 9, and he has a career WAR of 2.2. He gets ahead of Jose Ramirez and strikes him out as well on the high fastball. Gunnar picks up 2 strikeouts in the first, comes back top of the second, and strikes out Jake Fraley again with his fastball. Certainly not used to seeing him strike out 3 of the first 4 batters he faces. This one is looped just over third base, and it's a hit for Nolan Arenado, who now finds himself in Cleveland. Full count to the next batter, and Gunnar puts him away as well. Where did this come from? George Valera softly to Guerrero, a line drive out to finish off the second inning. And we're going to jump all the way bottom 4. The A's lead 1-0. To the right side, Ramirez grounds out routinely. Again, Gunnar facing Arenado, and the 1-2 is off his glove. He's able to recover and makes the play to finish off the 4th inning. I really wasn't sure what to expect in this first start for Hoagland, but the first 4 innings were excellent. 1-2 in the 5th inning, another strikeout of Chase DeLauder, his 2nd strikeout. And Valera gets ahead of Hoagland, but he puts a fastball right on the inside corner, makes the count 3-2. And he looks at one right down the middle for strike 3. Tyler Freeman with a runner on. The 0-2 is swung on and missed. The changeup away for Gunnar Hoagland. Just racking up the strikeouts here against the Guardians. Fly ball left field. And a nice catch as Gunnar goes 6 innings and comes back out for a 7th. Only at 78 pitches. Fraley fouls one back to run this count full. Line drive, speared at short by Trey Sweeney. Arenado hits again. 1-2, lets the fastball go. 2-2. Got him! Change up at the knees for strike 3. Hoagland looking for one more. Already struck out DeLauder twice. Fouls off the changeup. Chases again, but keeps the at-bat going. Another 1-2. Did he go? Umpire says, yes, he did! DeLauder strikes out a 3rd time. And Gunnar Hoagland gets his 9th through 7 innings. That has to be the best outing we've ever seen from Hoagland. The best game of his major league career. Has he finally figured things out at age 28? Well, the Guardians just kept striking out once he left the game anyway, and Hernandez struck out the side in the 8th inning. What a frustrating game for the Cleveland Guardians. Oakland leading 4-0, we go bottom 8, it is Guerrero. With a blast! Out to center! It's number 1 on the season. Got the hanging breaking ball and crushes it. 5-0 Oakland. Kendrick Haynes would make his first appearance of the year in the 9th inning. Runner on and doesn't get the call against Jose Ramirez. Was a fantastic pitch. 2 on now. It's Fraley popping this one up for Soderstrom. And he's got this one for out number 2. Trying to keep the shutout intact. Here's Arenado. Blasted down the line. It is foul. Didn't miss by much. Haynes, 22nd pitch. Chopped it. On to short. Sweeney plants and delivers! The game sealing out. And the A's take the first two from the Guardians, winning this game 5-0. And what a start we got from Gunnar Hoagland. Not just coming out here and showing he can be the fifth pitcher, but to deliver an absolute gem and dominate this Cleveland offense. And they've got some names here. Sure, the roster has gotten a little older, but that was as dominant as he has ever looked in this franchise. And that gives us 4 consecutive victories. I want to take a little break, though, and go down to Las Vegas and the AAA team. I want to show them a bit more love this year because a lot of these players are going to be at the majors before too long, and there are some big names to talk about. So here we got the winless Aviators, and we're going to highlight the second pick of the entire series, along with that guy, Yusniel Cruz. But Cam Cope is now 22 years old. We drafted him as a 67 overall, and he's now a 76. And he's getting ready to see when his time to go to the bigs is. Run down by Yusniel Cruz. He's got excellent speed in the outfield. I want to go bottom 1. Line drive, left field. And that is Robert Poisson, who I think could be on our bench before too long at the bigs. There's one hammered out to right off the bat of Yusniel Cruz, but it gets run down in the corner. We do not advance Poisson from first and go top of the second. Cam Cope, 1-2. Got him! Way out in front with that changeup. Now, Cam has a 5-pitch mix, but he's at his best when he can combo that fastball and changeup together, and he strikes out Kevin Smith with that changeup as well. We'll go top 3 ahead of the next batter, and now it's the fastball, sending him back to the dugout. Strikeout number 4. And we go bottom 3, where Poisson, again the other way, he drops this one in for his second base hit. Again, unfortunately, we could not score him, so still a scoreless game as Brian Anderson drops this one in shallow left. Cope gives up a couple base runners to open the 4th. Gets a ground ball. Poisson gets the out at second, and that's all they get. Runners at the corners and the best scoring threat to this point for either side. Kevin Smith looks at a big breaking ball that hits the outside corner. 0-2. Not chasing the sinker. Count goes even. Taken outside. Does Cam have that pitch to win this battle? 3-2. Did he go? Yes! Strike 3. Finally gets Smith, and now 2 down. Isaac Collins, the batter. Fly ball left field, and Cruz is over to make the catch. And Cam gets out of trouble. A pretty low-scoring game here. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Ryan Clifford batting. Softly over first and right into no man's land as the runner at first advances to third base. And Las Vegas gets a scoring threat. Kyle McCann, the catcher, 3-2, looks at a pitch inside that gets called strike 3. 2 down, and the inning is left up to the 9-hitter, Alan Cerda. And that one is lined to the gap in right center. Cerda delivers, and they struggle to cut it off. One scores easily, and the second comes home as well. Alan Cerda with a big-time hit. We acquired Cerda in free agency before the year to add some depth at AAA. We haven't talked about him before, but here are his ratings. He is a pretty good defender, and he's 28 years old. We go top of the 5th, and Cope picks up another strikeout with his changeup. And that is number 6. Bottom of the 5th inning, Poisson again, right back up the middle, his 3rd hit of the game. And that brings up Yusniel Cruz. 2-1 pitch. Line drive. Oh, what a catch at second base. A sliding play takes away a hit. And then Posson takes off, and he's there, easily stealing second base. The inning would come down to Ivan Melendez, and the 0-2 is swung on and missed. Still 2-0 as we push ahead to the 6th inning. 2 down, and Brian Anderson lifts this down the line. Cruz is over into foul territory and finishes it. 6 shutout innings from Cam Cope. We would turn things over to Gregorio Uribe, one of our top pitchers in the organization. Gets a weak ground ball to Angelis. That's an easy play. And Isaac Collins, 0-2. He lifts this. Posson into shallow right. And a rather quick 7th inning for Uribe. Already with 3 hits to his name today, what would Posson do next? Well, he reaches again, this time via walk. And he already stole second once. Tries it again, and steals it again. A 3-hit, 1 walk, 2 steal game for Robert Posson. Yusniel Cruz lifted left field a bit out in front. Again, unable to advance him. We'll go to the top of the 8th inning. Uribe gets a second frame and gets ahead of Alex Freeland. 2 strikes. Got him! Right down the middle again. 2 down. Christian Walker lifted to center for Cerda. At the edge of the grass, secures it. And coming in to save would be Doug Romero, another pitcher that I think has a big league future with us. Chopped on to Angelis. Gathers and fires across. Brian Anderson this time gives Reggie Rankin a look. He delivers. 2 batters later, tying run at the plate. Down goes Kevin Smith, who was playing for our AAA squad last year. Las Vegas picks up the win, and we start today's episode with some unbelievable pitching performances. No runs allowed in either game. What's not to like? Not a bad start looking at the first trip through our starting rotation. The A's are 4-1, and if you look at our 5 starters, they combined in the first 5 games to allow 6 earned runs. And we got a shutout from Gunnar Hoagland. We had Soroka go the distance, allowing just 1 run. I think this rotation can be a big strength for us this year. And no, I don't expect like a bunch of shutouts from Hoagland, but we're continuing to see impressive play out of him, going back to spring training and now this first start. But why don't we continue on now, as we have already clinched a series victory against the Guardians. And now Ricky Griggs is trying to give us a sweep. Come on, Ricky, get us 1 more out. Tying run at third base. The hitter is Brian Raccio. Jammed right side, sealing it. It's a sweep of the Guardians. Wouldn't mind seeing a couple of those this week. And the A's pick up a very nice win, as Joe Michael gave us 7 1/3 innings, allowing just 2 and striking out 9. So Griggs, did he allow the 2 runs here in this inning? He did not. So Acevedo couldn't get the job done. We brought in Griggs, and he's the one who actually closed the game out. So we've only seen Acevedo a couple times in the first 6 games, and in one he gave up a solo bomb to Seth Beer, and now nearly blew the game. I think we're all going to be pretty happy with a 5-1 homestand to start the year. We'll go on the road where we beat Tampa Bay in the first game, and they come back to beat us in the next one. We only discovered 1 infield prospect. I'm not quite sure exactly how to do discovery like super effectively. I thought I had a good scout focused on that. He found 1 whole player in a week. I don't think he was actually doing his job. 98 discovery, I guess position players. 79 must actually be like a 4. Maybe it doesn't go low enough. Like maybe that's just terrible. I don't like number scales where like 60 of the digits, or 60%, are useless. It's like the video game review scale. Anything under a 7 is trash. And then you got 7 to 10 to determine what's actually, everything else. I think this is set up the same exact way. Well, I think he found a second baseman, though, and he's on our board at least. He just doesn't look all that good, so there's Mark Thorne. Well, let's see what else we got here from our first round of scouting for the season. Jaime Ramirez. Dropping down our board a little bit, still showing some power as a left-handed hitter. I did like Frank Lucy a lot. He's fallen a little bit and seems to be a lefty masher. I think I'll continue. I want to get more info on him. I gotta get some info here on Jack Rodriguez, because he's one of the few outfielders I've seen in this game who can actually throw the ball possibly on day one. I'd love to see some defense there. And here's another intriguing prospect, Benito Del Villar. He's from California, and I see more, possible defensive skills on that right side, and the ranges right now are really intriguing. So we've got to get California West Coast left fielders scouted as well. The road trip continues, 12-1. We top the Tampa Bay Rays with homers from Vargas and Soderstrom. Just an onslaught in this game as Waldachuk goes 7. And our old pal Mitch Keller, he didn't last all that long. Gave up 5 in less than 4 innings. Didn't have himself a nice day. I gotta see Gunnar in action again today because that first start was fantastic. Now we go on the road to face the Orioles in the 10th game of the year. I understand it is early, but right now the Oakland A's are tied for the second best record in baseball. The Padres are 8-2. We are 7-2 along with the New York Yankees. And we're mixing up the lineup for this game as well. Dylan Carlson gets the day off. We're going to have Deshaun Knowles in right field. Aaron Don is going to be playing in center, while Miguel Vargas gets the start today in left field. So it's kind of a different setup for us, but I really wanted to see Knowles play in this game. And you got to get creative sometimes to get this outfield right. Underway against Cade Povich and the Baltimore Orioles, who are off to a 2-win start here, 9 games in. Big cut by Vargas, strike 1. A 2-2 count on Vargas, and it's upstairs for ball 3. A .583 average for Vargas, and it'll drop with a strikeout against the changeup. Here is Geloff hitting second. 3-1 with the changeup falling low. Ooh, weird. That was line down the line. A nice play by Arraez. So that'll bring up Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who is hitting .316. Last year, his numbers against lefties fell a lot because he just didn't show the same power against them that he has in previous years. Hoping it can rebound this season. Out in front, and it's strike 2. And we got a chance to get him to 300 homers this year. He's at 270. Big breaking ball gets him. It's strike 3 and a good top of the first for Povich. Let's go bottom 1. Gunnar Hoagland set the bar pretty high in that first game. That one start for him was worth a .4 WAR. Ahmed Rosario leads off. I thought he just had command of everything in that game. He didn't walk anybody. Only had a few even full counts. And the strikeouts, we don't expect that from him. He's not a strikeout pitcher. But on that day, he was phenomenal. Fouled off by Rosario. It is 2-2. Gunnar, weakly chopped. Lined over first, and that'll be a hit for Rosario. Knowles cuts it off, but hustling into second. It is a double for Ahmed Rosario. And the Orioles got Colton Cowser now at the plate. And great speed at second base as Cowser just missed an extra base hit. Can't get much closer than that. Ooh, that's going to be foul. 0-2. Just low. Gunnar got him. Strike 3. 10 strikeouts on the year. And now it's the rare Gunnar versus Gunnar matchup. Gunnar Hoagland. Gunnar Henderson lines one left field. Vargas will come up firing, and that allows Henderson to take second base. And a run scores for the O's. Just got to concede defeat there sometimes and make sure you don't give that base runner the extra base. Ryan Mountcastle will hit. Hammered to center. Don flies over, has a read on this one. And now on to third base goes Henderson. But if we don't make that throw to home, he's still stuck at first base. And that's going to bring up Ramon Arraez as Gunnar tries to keep the O's to just the 1. And gets the call. Lifted foul. That's going to be out of reach. 2 strikes. The 1-2. Taken low. Got a full count now. 3-2. Gunnar got him to chase, but he gets a piece of it. Taken ball 4. Good at bat for Ramon Arraez. And a much tougher inning than anything we've seen from Hoagland since last year. Throws one eye level to Tyler O'Neill. And now the locating is not working well. Come on, Gunnar. Fouled off, and we're back even. We got to throw him one slider here. And it misses inside. It's already been a long first inning. 3-2 upstairs, and Hoagland walks another one. 2 walks, 2 hits, and now Andy Rodriguez. And nowhere to put him now. The bases are juiced. Just missing outside. You just got to throw strikes. Chased it, strike 2. We need one more, Gunnar. 2-2, way outside, and now everyone's going to leave early. 3-2. Got him! Blew the fastball by him, and we leave the bases loaded. But a really rough opening frame for Gunnar Hoagland. We'll see if he's able to bounce back. But 1-0 O's as we go top of the second with Franmil Reyes. Outside ball 1. 3-1 with Knowles on deck. Looking for something nice here. Took a hack at it, strike 2. Got him with the changeup away, strike 3. Still looking for home run number 100 for Luis Arraez. He is back in the lineup here against the lefty today. Inside, no, it's a strike. And a bad wave there against the curveball, and Povich is off to a strong start. But let's see if Gunnar Hoagland is able to settle things down in this second inning. Bottom of the order, Jackson Holliday is the batter. Strike 2. We could use some quick at-bats after last inning. And that could be pretty quick. Flied to Knowles in right. Nice pitch. That's strike 2 on Heston Kjerstad. And he took a swing at that one as well. Arraez makes the play. Much better job out of Gunnar Hoagland, so we go top 3. Got to have some more disciplined at-bats against Cade Povich. Already has, I think, 4 strikeouts. Right side and played by Holliday, out number 1. Big cut going after that curve again. 2 strikes on Trey Sweeney. Missed high and the count's full with Aaron Don on deck. Got our trio of lefties here at the bottom of the order. No way, man. Strike 3 called. Three and 2 to Aaron Don. Got him with the changeup. And that is 6 strikeouts in 3 innings for Cade Povich. I'm interested in some of the contracts they have done here in Baltimore because sure they began with this great young core, but I'm sure many have now hit free agency and Rutschman is no longer here, but many others remain. I wonder what their situation looks like because we can maybe use that as a model when you think about our budget is probably in line with theirs, and we also now have a lot of young talent, and eventually that is going to be some highly paid talent. Just off the outside to Henderson. Had a clean second inning, and now a fly for Don in center. And that's 6 straight, retired. Whereas with Joe Michael, you're just trying to attack and throw fastballs, daring them to do something with it. Hoagland's the kind of guy you pitch more carefully with, and he's done a great job of hitting those spots in the second and third innings, and that entire first start we led the video with today. But through 3 innings, we got nothing off of Cade Povich. No base runners, 6 strikeouts. Gotta do better than that. But he's retired 10 in a row. Rocket to third base, and Geloff is retired as well. Vladdy 2-1 and takes outside ball 3. We're just looking for our first base runner at this point. And it's pitch 50 from Povich. Nearly pulled it down the line. Another 3-2. And he lifts this one. Hit out to left field, but looks playable for the final out. How far can Gunnar go in this start now? He's rebounded nicely. Fouled down the line by O'Neill. I'm thinking 5 innings in this game is the target. Not chasing. Showing some discipline. Come on! 3-2. Now he extends. On the ground. And it's Sweeney. Nice play. Sweeney again. No, can't make the play on that one. Base hit Rodriguez. Holliday to Vargas to wrap up the 4th inning. But we got to get some offense going. We didn't do much in that first game on opening day. No runs yet in this game. Not even a hit. Got to get our first base runner. Franmil Arraez. No homers yet on the season. Does have 4 hits and an RBI, but not that long ball. Weekly hit on the ground to short. Another one set down. He's throwing some really tough pitches, too. Here's all 3 in this at-bat. I don't like playing around the edges too much. 0-2. That one's inside. We're going to right field and dropped in for a hit. It is Deshaun Knowles coming through. There we go. Got that first one out of the way. And now Luis Arraez in the 6th spot. Back up the middle, base hit. And Knowles is feeling aggressive. He jets on the way to third base, and he's there safely. First and third out of nowhere for Oakland. But can the lefties come through to get us the run batted in? 4 straight lefties, 6 through 9. Maybe not the ideal setup, but I had the guys I wanted 1 through 5. Soderstrom. I saw the breaking ball, and I really wanted that. I'm looking for anything up right now that won't be likely to create a double play. Ooh, that was a nasty pitch. Yeah, 3 more tough pitches to start this at-bat. Luckily, we're 2-1. And now 2-2. Got to do a better job protecting here with 2 strikes. I look at some stuff maybe I shouldn't. Got away with the low fastball. 3-2. Every pitch has been pretty good. And he walked him. We catch a break. Couple hits and a walk, and it's Trey Sweeney. We got to get on the board now. Outside, ball 1. Now out in front, and that's strike 1. Throwing that cutter in the high 80s. Got the outside third. He's not missing over the plate too often. 1-2. Got a piece. Pitch 71. Too high. He's almost out of gas here. 2-2 from Povich. Grounded. On to second. It could be 2, and it is. Double play. And the A's get nothing after loading the bases. That's lifted for Don in center. The first inning was rough on Hoagland, but he got through it, and the O's haven't done really anything since. Maybe 1 or 2 base runners? Cowser wants to put down a bunt, and it's a really good one. He will reach. Got to be aware that he might be looking to steal here. I want to get a pickoff, man. Will I ever do it? 2 strikes on Henderson. And he got him looking. Strike 3. Hasn't been the same dominance from Hoagland in terms of strikeouts, but a big one there to send us to the 6th inning, where we're still in search of that first run. Aaron Don puts down the bunt, and that one is just as good as the one the O's got a few seconds ago. Aaron Don's got a base hit. Now, do we think about stealing here? I do think Povich is someone we could run on. Don't do it quite yet. And Vargas is out in front trying to pull one to left. Continues to throw really good pitches early in the count. 0-2. And a rocket to third base. Out number 1. Finally had an answer on that pitch. Another good one, by the way. Like, how many bad pitches has Povich honestly thrown? That was actually his worst pitch of the day, probably. But the slide step delivery caught me off guard. And he's ahead of Geloff quick. I'm willing to run here. 0-2. He could pitch out, though. Probably would be smart to. Don goes. It's inside, and he steals it easily. How many is that, Aaron? 3 stolen bases. And now the 1-2. Caught him looking. 7 strikeouts for Povich. And that's going to be his day. A really good one. But more than happy to see him exit. Couldn't quite figure him out. Here is Humberto Castellanos. Already throwing 7 innings this year, and lefties are mashing. Doesn't have to face the lefties quite yet. Don at second for Guerrero. Way inside. 2-2 on Vladdy. Inside. Full count. With Arraez on deck. Got him! Strike 3. These guys are pitching so well. Hoagland, that's going to be it for him, I think. I only got Ashby up. They have a lot of lefties, but it looks like right now it'd be better time for a righty. I don't know if I want to keep one in, especially with like O'Neill. I might want to get somebody else warm first. I'm going to go Sims. We got a close game here. I might use Sims before Ashby and just reverse the order. I'm okay with maybe one more at bat. The pitch count isn't like in a terrible spot. Fouled off a couple times by Mountcastle, and it's 0-2. Did he go? He did not. Down the line. It's going to be a tough one on Geloff, and he gets it there. Left his feet, and that took a lot of the velocity off the throw, but still had enough juice. An impressive play, and I feel Geloff's defense has been well showcased in the first few episodes or few games of the season. And I think I'm okay to bring in Sims now. Landon Sims. So a pretty good outing again for Gunnar Hoagland. Just one inning that didn't go his way. He gets 5 1/3 innings. And now we turn things over. Geloff again will be tested. Easy. Big cut, good slider from Sims. Rocketed through the infield, and it's a 2-out single. And a lot of speed aboard now, so got to be aware he could run. Strike 2. And Andy Rodriguez now behind in the count. This will be the 9th pitch of this AB. 2-2. Lifted, and Knowles into the gap. Is under it and finishes off the 6th inning. Still just 3 hits on the day for Oakland. We'll see if we have any more luck against their bullpen. Arraez leads things off, top of the 7th. And that one is sent out to center pretty well, but not well enough for his first. And now Knowles comes up empty on that breaking ball, left hittable. And a weak grounder on to Holiday. Again, good curveball over the inside corner. 2 down for Luis Arraez. And that's a 3-1 count. And he gets a line drive into center. Dropped in for his second hit. Can we get a 2-out rally going? Soderstrom's turn. Missing twice. And they're continuing to just attack low over and over again. Got one up. It's hit to left, and the inning is over. Another pitcher's duel here in the works. And we're going to be making a move with Aaron Ashby coming into the game. Ashby has already made 4 appearances. He has not allowed a run yet, and he struck out 11. And he'll face the lefty Holiday to get his day started in the 7th. Lefty's not even hitting 100 against him so far on the young year. Out in front of it. 2 strikes. And it's lined to Vargas, but he makes the play. Shallow center, Don long run. He makes it look easy. And they're making a move with Tyler Wells coming into the game. Running out of time here. We're down 1-0. Trey Sweeney leads things off. Hopped him up again just late. I don't know. I've been in this place where it just feels like that's the right swing timing, and I can't quite speed things up the split second I need. Line drive, base hit, and Don reaches again. Don's gonna run here. It is a strikeout of Vargas. No way, man. He was safe. Oh my. Cowser deep right, and that one is gone. That one came out of nowhere. And suddenly, 2-0 Orioles. This feels insurmountable. Yes, it's not Felix Bautista at least. Clark Schmidt. Last hope here in the ninth. Geloff leads off. See, I try to focus too much on like swinging earlier, and I'll start doing that. I don't know why late feels normal. It just feels right. Weekly hit. Out number 1. Just can't do it. And that's going to be lifted to right center, and the shutout is completed for the Orioles as they win 2-0. Just a frustrating game. Pitched pretty well, but doesn't matter if you can't score. I can't really explain why it's just been where so much of my swings have just late timing. Like, clearly, I'm doing something that's leading me to a very consistent just late swing over and over again. And trying to correct it leads to problems with other pitches, and mainly the slider right now I just can't lay off of whatsoever. We ain't ending on that one, though. I gotta get into a game here with Aaron Don. I need to hit with someone that I have confidence with. And right now, it's the lefties I feel a lot better hitting. So, we face Grayson Rodriguez, and we got Joe Michael on the mound, so expecting a pretty good pitching outing. And here we are after our second L of the season. Couple taken here for 2 strikes. Not biting on the curve. And he's missed now 3 straight. Arraez awaiting. There's ball 4. We'll take a walk. And I want to steal second base here as well. Strike 3 on Arraez as Don easily takes second base. And Guerrero will hit. He's already got 3 homers on the year. Let's see if he can get RBI number 9. That's in the air right field. Don set up to tag. And he'll look to advance to third base. And Soderstrom is also swinging a hot bat to begin the year. But behind Rodriguez, counts 1-2. Got him looking, strike 3. We move top 5, and it's 2 on with 2 down. Another scoreless game. Don has a chance here, if he can barrel one up. Or maybe weakly hit one and just reach with his speed. Either one works for me. 2-0. Just can't time that up. It's very late. And now early. 3-2. We'll see if he gives them something here. Arraez is on deck. And he fouled it back. Had a good one there. 3 hittable pitches in the at-bat. And a fly ball. Lifted out to deep right. But the inning comes to an end. Hey, we got a couple runs. And it's 2-0 Oakland, now facing the lefty Nunez. And that's a single. We got a hit. We're going to keep bunting with Aaron Don this year. Whatever works, whatever gets him on base. Taking off again. It's strike 3. Will the 2 runs be enough for Oakland in this game? Bottom 7. Joe Michael. Shutout intact. Pitch 91. Fly ball hit deep to Don in left. He runs back to make the catch and finish off the 7th inning. Another great one for Joe Michael. And we are going to get an at-bat in the 9th. It's now a 3-2 game. Andres Nunez, the pitcher, in the dirt. Grounded on to the right side. That's an out. Could that fall in? And right center it does. Arraez gets a hit. If you're ever having a slump, just get someone like Luis Arraez and you'll suddenly feel like you can hit again. I took off player lock, but I am not going to pitch the 9th inning. We are going to watch the 9th play out. But what's the score going to be? Fly down the line. It's foul and out of reach. Would love to get us to a 2-run advantage. And that one is going out to left now. And Vladdy hits it off the warning track. And we're going to wave Arraez home. He will score. Guerrero gets one to drop. I think that left fielder took a bad step, a false step in. Otherwise, I mean, I think that would have been playable. Let's see it from his vantage point out here. This is Frazier. And yep, false step forward. Now asked to regain that. And it lands over his head. I think he could have made the play without that bad read. Question is, are we done at 4-2? I felt like I started to get my swing back a little bit. Maybe about the time I laid down the bunt with Don. Actually, it was the at-bat with 2 on. And then we had like a bunch that were hittable, and the swings weren't all terrible. Soderstrom. Strike 2. I know that was timed up. Yeah, that was right on the money. 1 and 2. Nope. Hammered to right. We're back. Gone. A home run for Tyler Soderstrom. A soda pop gets us a 4-run lead off of Dinelson Lamet. I figured out what I was doing wrong. If I focus too much on the pitcher, it screws with my timing.
Nope. Ball 1.
Of course, I have to pick up the ball out of his hand and everything.
Ball.
But it's impossible to explain. I don't know how. Not quite through for Cabrera. The issue is if I focus too much on just like the pitcher, I then lose my ability to track the ball. And I've always found that to be challenging because the screen's 2-dimensional and you have to track a ball coming straight at you in a 3rd dimension, which is tough. Fly ball left center. Well, I'm happy we hit our way out of keeping this dramatic 4-run lead for Acevedo, so it's a chance to see him again. He's already had a couple, innings that weren't very clean, and I want to see this here with a 4-run advantage, how we handle it. Strike 3 on Kjerstad. And popped up to left field. How about Acevedo getting too quick? Acevedo pitching 2-2. Max Wagner pulls it foul. And we're looking for one final strike. Acevedo grounded through into right center field. Could be a double if he has any speed. Baez fires and almost got him. The first 2 outs were pretty easy. Third one, a tad more elusive as Rosario gets ahead in the count. And if he can't get through a pretty clean inning here, you're going to have to start thinking about, do we have to acquire somebody? Because if we start strong, man, we cannot afford to have a closer costing us games. We know we're probably a wild card at best, even with this start. Strike 3 for Acevedo. So we'll put a pin in that one, come back to that next episode. Joe Michael picks up a victory. And the A's get back in the win column against the Orioles 6-2. That was a 2-homer night for Tyler Soderstrom. That's awesome. For Joe Michael, 7 innings, 6 strikeouts, 2 runs allowed. Third right now in the American League in strikeouts, 5th overall in the majors. Joe Michael has made 3 starts. He's allowed 6 runs. He has 20 1/3 innings. And he's gone, I think, 7 innings in all of his starts so far. Vladimir Guerrero and Tyler Soderstrom each have a trio of home runs to lead the team, but we certainly haven't been a prolific home run hitting team in the first 2 weeks of the year, and we're still waiting on number 1 for Franmil Reyes. Granted, he only has 12 at-bats. He doesn't play every day. I think this starting rotation has done a phenomenal job. We really haven't had any duds yet, which is really impressive. And the bullpen, I think, has done a fairly good job, but I'm still worried about Domingo Acevedo. 5 1/3 innings. He's given up 2 homers already. And he has gotten some strikeouts, but you're not going to expect him to maintain that 10K per 9. Very good start to the year for the Oakland Athletics at 8-3. We'll continue next time, and let me know what you'd like to see, if there's anything specific in that video. And hopefully we can keep up this great start throughout the first full month of the year. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please leave a like on the video, and don't forget to subscribe, because there's much more A's franchise as the rebuild continues. Have a great day.